In today's episode, we're going to talk about why someone will want to install a new oil tank at their home in 2020. We're up here in Andover, New Jersey, and up here they don't have access to a gas line in the street. So this client has no choice but to install an above ground oil tank, or they could do a propane tank, but then they would have to upgrade their furnace. So most of the time what happens is we take the underground tanks out and we install a new above ground tank. And that's what we're doing today. We're pulling two 1,000 gallon underground tanks. It's a very big house. It's like a 10,000 square foot house. So they have two tanks, and we're installing two above ground Roth tanks in the basement of this house.
No, tree gone out.
Huh? You want the tree out?
Yeah.
You want it out?
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
Good.
The tree almost
Where are you gonna put it? Over there? Stack
Yeah.
everything over. Where are you gonna put all the debris? Over here?
Uh,
The tree, the limbs, all the stuff. What do you want to do with it?
just put over there. I cut it and I put it on butcher.
Okay, can I come inside to see where the lines come in?
Oil line there.
Water here.
Yeah, water
So the
here.
gas line is literally, okay, so it's sleeved in a black pipe though, it looks like, going out. So we should be all right. We should be able to find that.
We should cut these lines here.
You know, I wonder too, like Matt, everything that we have is 3/8.
It's 5 feet, 5'11". So you got two sets of lines and then that's, what is it, 3 tanks total?
They 279? I don't know. 279?
You're hooked up to one tank right now.
Only use one.
You're using one tank.
We are pumping out this 1,000 gallon tank. We're trying to salvage some of the oil. I get this question a lot. When you're removing an underground tank and installing an above ground tank, can you salvage the oil that's inside the underground tank? Technically, yes, we can. We try to salvage the first, anything but essentially the last 8 to 10 inches, because that's going to be a lot of sludge. We're going to basically hold the pump off the top. We're going to suck off the top all the good oil, and then we're going to transfer that into the new tank once it's up and running. So we can save the customer almost 300 gallons of oil here. Surrounded by sand, which is good. They should pop right out, but the downside to that is the oil, if it is leaking, it travels really far. So we'll see what these tanks look like once we pop them out. So far so good, but you can never know until you remove them. Pretty good here. We got there was a very, very, very small leak here. We cleaned it up, took a couple tons of soil out, and this guy's gonna be good. All the samples should come back good. So we're about to check the soil now, but it looks good. So the next step in the process here is we're gonna, because there was a confirmed discharge, we now have to grab our samples after we remediate it. We're gonna take 6 samples from each tank. We got two 400 gallon Roth tanks here. So these tanks are double wall. What that means is there's a polyurethane plastic inner tank, then there's a steel outer tank. So there's basically, you're getting 2 tanks for 1. The other benefit to this tank, it comes with a $1 million insurance policy. So God forbid it does leak, it's going to be covered by the manufacturer. It also has leak protection, warning, which is up here in the corner. You got this leak protection, which if the inner tank starts to leak, it'll show that it's leaking inside. So you can catch it before it becomes a major problem. I've never seen one of these tanks leak ever. I've been doing this for almost 25 years. I've never seen one of these tanks leak. So these are the tanks we recommend to put in. 400 is a bigger size tank. Typically, if you're pulling out a 550 gallon tank, you're putting in a 275 above ground. But in this case, we pulled out two 1,000, so we're putting in two 400 gallon Roth tanks.
Okay, I find your company on my website, and they very good opinion. So you guys do a good job. We very happy on it. Thank you very much. I hope we do business more. Thank you.